The U.S. education system is arguably undergoing the most dramatic transformation in its history. This change is driven primarily by the adoption of the Common Core state standards in the vast majority of states throughout the country. These new standards raise the bar for what K-12 students can and should achieve in English language arts and math, providing more emphasis on critical thinking skills, analytical writing, problem solving, communications, and teamwork. As has always been the case, teachers and local school districts will continue to develop curriculum to meet their students' needs. As part of the Helmsley Charitable Trust's education program, we support efforts to broadly implement these and other evidence-based standards that will better prepare all of our nation's students for college, careers, and life.
Boys and girls, I want you in your notebook to write about going away for the first day of college. What kind of classes would you take? How will you feel when you graduate from college?
Unfortunately, in our country right now, kids are not graduating from high school ready to do the kinds of things that their peers in other countries, even some developing countries, are able to do. At stake here is not only the viability of our economy, but also the individual opportunity for every child in this country to pursue his or her dream.
If something is hard for you, you should try your best. When you graduate, you should get a career.
The Common Core state standards are a set of expectations in mathematics and English language arts literacy for students in grades kindergarten through 12th grade that are grounded in evidence for what students need to be successful. They have been adopted by 45 states who are together implementing these standards in classrooms.
Hey, what would you tell the kindergartners? What would you tell them?
We are PS 253, and the mantra in this building is failure is not an option. These new standards have really challenged teachers to no longer look at curriculum and content a mile wide and an inch deep. We need to teach less, much more deeply at an earlier age, and we really need to set the bar on some very specific expectations for every single grade.
It's like forward, we're adding, we're counting on, okay?
Listen to the vocabulary word before 110. Good job. What comes after 110?
There's a lot of speaking, there's a lot of discussion. The children come up with their own conclusions.
When I learn something new, it's like it's a new world to me. Usually when you want to give up, that means you're having productive struggle and you learn new stuff, and that's great.
I see the conversation in the classroom just much richer and deeper than anything I've ever seen.
The Helmsley Charitable Trust education program is really focused on helping ensure that when students graduate high school that they're prepared for college and careers. At the end of the day, we know that the teacher's the most important part of a student's life, and it's really critical for us to help those classroom teachers improve their craft so that they can help students. In some cases, that could be through providing support with professional development. In other cases, it could be providing them materials and resources that they need to be able to understand and make the shifts required in teaching that these new higher standards require.
Without the feedback that we got from so many educators, it would not have met the reality check that was necessary in order to make these a very doable set of standards.
I definitely feel like these new standards open us up more to being creative in the classroom.
Every day, it's like we're pressing ourselves forward and we're trying to be more and more engaged with them.
It definitely develops us as teachers and what we need to not only focus on the kids, but focus on ourselves and how to improve and be better at teaching a certain skill or strategy.
40. So now you have to change that 3, right? It's no longer a pattern, we're switching over.
I'm convinced that people that are pessimistic about our education system don't spend enough time in schools. Because when they do come to schools and they see an effective teacher, they get really optimistic very quickly. The challenge we have is doing it at scale. How can we do this at scale so that we can change not just a school or a classroom, but many schools, a city, a state, and a country? And I think one key part of that is really making sure that we're all shooting for for standards that I'd want for my daughter who's in public school and that all of other public school parents would want for their own kids.
It's our job to help them be career and college ready because they're our future. I hope that they go to college. I hope that all their dreams come true.
I'm gonna be a teacher. I wanna be a surgeon, and if I can't become a surgeon, I'll be a doctor. And if I can't become a doctor, I'll be a nurse. And if I can't become a nurse, I'll be a chef. But I think I'm gonna be a surgeon.